Yes.
This is how we talk. Are these Latin people? I'm like, and then after first video, everyone is like, oh, besties, let's go. It's really, yeah.
I mean, every continent has their things and every country has their things. So one thing that I got to learn in the last video from all of you was about dance, and especially in the US as well. Like, I can't think of one dance that everybody knows how to do from my 2 countries that I've lived in, so.
We're pretty energetic too.
Oh yeah.
Like we have a lot of energy.
Yeah, we tend to be very bright and we love like interacting with people. We love dancing. I think that's something that unites like all of us. It's like dancing especially. We're like, oh, let's go dancing all together, you know? It's not even about partying, it's about let's go dancing.
We get energized by socializing, talking.
Being a foreigner in overseas is pretty hard, so being Latin American, we understand all of our situation, so that's why we always support each other.
We talked a little bit about like fashion and colors, right? And I think that for what I know, Latin America seems like a very bright and colorful, and I think that's also reflected in, at least for all of you, your personalities. Yeah. You can just see it in your face, so happy and bright.
We're all smiling.
Just excited to be here.
Like you can tell, usually in Korea, people only dress with like very neutral colors. It's like black, white, beige, or like in summer, it's like baby blue, baby pink. It's like just that, but we're like bright pink, bright green, like green, orange, pink, like everything is like really bright, yeah.
Teach me, I wanna learn.
So I personally love this, for example. And I was just speaking with my mom like a week ago about this, how incredible it is that we get so close to one another to greet, and we always do it with a kiss in the cheek. At least in the case of Mexico, it's like that, or a big hug.
Anyone you meet, you're like hugging it. 2 kisses.
Oh, you'd give 2?
Yeah, 2.
Yes, that's making me feel more close, and it's much more easy, I think, to make friends when you be like that. In Korea, people be a little bit scared if you try to do that, so please don't.
You can do this here. Not even a handshake. You have to be like, oh, from far. Hi. It's like,
About America, like, to be honest, I think hugging is quite normal. Unless you're like in a business setting, I don't think people generally handshake, unless it's like the first time you meet them and it's like, nice to meet you, and it's really awkward and nobody likes it. For me, America, but it's quite, not uncomfortable, but surprising. To go in for like a kiss on the cheek, you know? For me, when I talk to somebody, if I'm like laughing or something, like I always do like the hit, you know, like that little like, so funny. But some people think that's flirting.
Yeah. Can I touch it? Yeah, like that.
So for me, I think that kind of like removes some social anxiety when you're getting to know somebody. Yeah, it's nice. I like that.
I mean, I think in Latin America, usually when you just meet one of your friends or something, like we don't really kiss. At least in Colombia, it's not like we put the kiss on the cheek, but we just put like our cheeks together. It's like we just put and make the sound. It's like, but like we're not kissing exactly. It's just like graded. Yeah, it's like separated. So when it is your boyfriend, that's another thing. I think we like big hugs. Yeah,
you know,
yes,
it's like yes.
But I think for men, you can tell us a little bit, because men don't kiss each other. Like it's only like, hey bro, what's up? Like those kind of like, hey bro.
We mostly like use one arm and like greet, and then like kind of like it's not a hug, like I don't know, like
tap.
Yeah, like, so it's kind of a hug in the middle of a hug, because you don't want to hug with 2 hands. I mean, you want to see mainly. Because they actually care to be seen as a male, like macho.
I'm wondering about Latin America. Is it more common to live with your parents after high school and up until marriage, or is it more common to just leave, yeet out of your home?
In Mexico, especially if you're a woman, you need to get married in order to get out of the house, usually. In the case of men, I think it's a little bit more relaxed, but because we are still a conservative country, Mexico still has this expectation.
They usually stay at home. Wait, and after marriage, they go.
Oh, in Argentina, we fly early.
After high school or living in when we are in the college and university, people usually live alone or with their parents. But when they graduate and find a job, they live by themselves. We also live with our couple before the marriage.
Right. That's pretty common.
Yes. In Mexico, no. I mean, it's not like they're going to be like no, but it's in many cases it's not well seen by society.
I feel in Colombia we don't really have a rule for that. Like I have friends that move out early. I have friends that are still living with their parents, and I have friends living with their boyfriends or girlfriends or friends. Like it's not really like, oh, you need to wait. Yeah, I feel like maybe older generations could have been like, yeah, you have to wait for marriage, but now it's totally different. Yeah,
This generation, we tend to live more alone. But like older generations, you only move when you get married.
But also, I see that it happens that sometimes the couple live with the parents of like one.
Oh yeah, it happens a lot. Yeah. Or maybe not the couple living with the parents, but like the parents living with the couple.
Really?
Like sometimes.
That happens.
My grandmother, she moves in between houses from all her like daughters. It's really
She tours around Colombia.
Yeah. Because all my aunts are living in different cities, so she's like, you know what? I'm feeling like going to the coast. I feel like going to the mountains.
Your granny's living her best life.
Yeah, she's great. This is great. Grandma, I love you.
So in your country, would you say the majority of people live with their parents before getting married?
I guess in my country, the trend is that parents are happy to take care of their kids because they like to cook for them. They like to take care of the grandchildren. So yeah, they're more than happy to be together. Yeah,
So I think like actually, honestly, all around the world, it seems like it's constantly changing, but it seems to be like half-half right now. I think it really does like matter about money.
Also that. Yeah, I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
In America, like originally it's really common to, once you go to college, you're like gone. You're doing your own thing. But these days, I think a lot of people are still living with their parents up until like their 20s and maybe even 30s. Because before it's like, oh, you're still living at home in your mom's basement, and that's like an insult. And I'm like, I want to live with my mom.
I want to be in the basement.
I wish.
Yes.
This is how we talk.
I think that we are allowed when we are like together. Because like if we are with people from another country, then we are not allowed. Like we are allowed when we are together.
Like before, when we were before filming, everyone was so quiet. I was like, are these Latin people? I'm like, and then after first video, everyone is like, oh, besties, let's go.
But it also depends on with the speed that we talk, right? You know, Spanish is pretty like fast. With the blah, 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 blah.
And since we're really talking fast and loud,
we're like a little bit loud.
I think we can tell like a gossip, like a 1 year gossip in 1 minute.
Yeah.
It's like
we have like Latino families be like we're arguing because like we are really like
passionate.
So we have passion. And we express a lot of things with our body.
Like,
so we're like body language. So I feel like some people can be a little bit loud. Maybe not everyone, but some.
I recently went back to the US for the first time in like a long time. My point is like, yes, America is very loud in my opinion. I have never been to South America, so I can't exactly compare it with that. But yeah, like going to public school, we had a pretty big population of Latin Americans. So I can't even say that it was that different between everybody. I think it was more the expressiveness of what you were saying versus actual volume.
Small barbecue.
These are my house parties.
I actually have a perfect like story to explain this. Growing up, when I was a kid, my best friends, most of my friends were my nephew, like nieces, and some other cousins. So my family was so big, I didn't have friends outside of it because I didn't need it.
All Sundays with the family. Oh my God.
Family is like really important.
Exactly.
Like, it's really
I don't know if in your countries they do that, but in Mexico we adopt family. Like for example, my friend's mom, she's my aunt. So then our family becomes like this huge thing. Tia.
That is a very Brazilian thing as well. Yes, we do that.
We don't call like sir, madam. We call like aunt, uncle.
I love that. That's my favorite.
For example, someone that's really close to my mom could be my godparent, you know, for baptism. So it's like, it's not family, but it's kind of family somehow,
But it's also like basically because of our grandparents, that because they, I don't know yours, but my grandparents from one side, from my dad's side, they have like 8 kids, 7 kids. So that's why like I have family members that I don't even know.
Yeah, same.
Exactly.
Oh my God, same. Yeah, my grandparents saying, oh, you're going to this city. Oh, you can visit your cousin from the aunt and this, and I'm like, who?
Yeah, exactly. That's your prima. And I was like, is she? Like,
oh, she is?
There's not too many family members. It happened like in the south area of Chile, but in the central area, Santiago, or in the north area, there's not like too many people. So for example, I have just one aunt from my mom and that side, just one and one, and one cousin in Teso.
For me, my friends called my mom Mom. But it's kind of my mom's style. Like she's very unique, I think. And my dad, they would call him, I don't think they called him anything. I think nobody talked to him, but you know, like it's that kind of thing where it's like everyone is different. It's really more up to like the parents and like their preference. And I can't imagine that they actually care that much, but as a child, you think like, oh, I have to be, you know, nice to them. So if I were to go meet like a friend's parents, I would just ask like, what do I call your mom? Like, what do I say to her? You know, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, happens to me too.
So yes or no, very simply, in your country, would you say you have a huge family culture?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's pretty important.
Is it a slipper?
Me
That's
too.
a stereotype.
It's a stereotype, yeah.
Like my mom would not actually hit.
Yeah.
But she would like just
Attempt, like,
threaten, like. But she would not hit.
Yeah.
Just like say.
Like she would take it off and attempt to do it.
You know.
I think for me, my family, like sometimes it happened. It was like the belt. It was like, oh,
my dad.
was sleeper will be more like my grandmother.
That's true though, like mothers are the ones who normally use it. I don't know if you saw, you watched the movie Coco. And I think it's a very accurate depiction of the grandmother pulling with the chancla. Yeah. And
But I don't know
mystical
in your guys'
origins.
country. But like in Brazil now, people don't hit anymore. I think this is more like old style.
Yeah, that's old. That's old. That's old.
I do that with my brothers.
We're just like, you know, we have the hand. Let's just do like.
But like I was talking with my mom, and she was like, maybe not the sleeper, but she's the one that make things fly. You know, like she will threaten and she will just like throw things, but not sleeper. You know, just the things fly away.
Okay, they have like the best aim ever. Like wherever they aim to, it gets there. You know, it's like wow, it's like incredible.
Okay, so this tends to be like a stereotype more from the older days, I guess. Would you say that it is a stereotype, or do the aunts still do this now? Do the aunties still do it now?
Half.
The concept of it.
Yeah, we have so many countries. Like, of course, some of them probably still do it. Yeah, I think Colombia maybe not. Yeah,
That's important.
I'm from Shakira City, of course.
Shakira.
Oh, baby, talk like that.
Shakira.
So when I was guessing what countries you guys came from, one of the questions I asked every time was what famous dance comes from your country? And I think the reason that question was so important is because there were always a different answer. There was always a different answer from each of you. And obviously, like, dance is a huge part of Latin American culture. Do we want to decide a favorite dance right now? Shakira's hips moving.
Hips don't lie.
Each country has a different type of
America.
But maybe in general, we could say like maybe salsa,
Reggaeton.
But funk or samba?
Yeah.
We love reggaeton.
Yeah, I think the common ground will be reggaeton from my point of view.
Yeah,
Every Latino
Brazil
loves
differs
to
from
dance reggaeton.
Yes, because
of language. That's basically
I think our generation is just reggaeton and
I would say salsa. Oh, there's also merengue.
cha-cha-cha.
Cha-cha-cha?
The one with the...
Never heard of it.
No, actually, I did hear about that, and in my country, it's really popular. Bachata.
Bachata is popular, yeah.
What did she say?
Cha-cha-cha.
I didn't say that.
From an international point of view, if we see it, because when I came here, like I saw a lot of bachata and salsa classes. You won't see like reggaeton classes.
Reggaeton's more like for hearing.
Like for enjoying like at a party.
Oh, good
But
point.
like for like like a partner thing sort of.
Salsa. I would say salsa.
Yeah.
But I would say salsa more than bachata, to be honest.
Bachata is like more love language.
Yeah, it's more like sensual.
I think that from someone that's not like from Spanish country, the ones that are most famous that I know, it's like reggaeton and salsa.
Salsa, yeah. Salsa.
That everybody knows.
Yeah.
If I can get through one night clubbing and not hear that song, I consider it. I can't say I know like bachata or something like that. I graduated with a music degree and I work in music. So for me, I was a little sad I actually didn't know some of the dances you guys said. But I will tell you that reggaeton is so big right now.
Exactly, yeah.
I love it.
So I guess like for all Latin America countries, dancing is not just like dancing, like going to clubs and dancing. So music and dancing is really important to us. Doesn't matter the country, like the music style for everybody, our family, like dancing together and stuff.
I love it. Love it.
Really important.
Please, can we take that off the video? Someone's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, so as you know, like soccer is not super famous in the US. We call soccer and football is separate. Okay, this is gonna spark a reaction. Is football popular in your country?
No.
Actually, the love for football is really crazy. I have seen people spending all their savings just to go to a match. Just in the last World Cup, I think there were some Argentinian people who sold their house and spent that money to go to Qatar to watch the game.
It's a religion.
It's a religion. Okay.
I don't know if you guys like actually have heard this, but like in Colombia we say like there's 3 things you can never talk about: religion, politics, and soccer.
It's like when you're born, like with religion would be like if your parents are like Catholic, therefore you will be Catholic, right? It's the same with football.
Yeah.
Like with your mom and dad are from a team, you will be that team.
Yeah. That happened with my dad. He hated me because I was fan of Barcelona and he liked Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Messi.
It's very similar to that of American football in America. I saw somebody like decked out their whole house in like one football team's like the wallpaper, everything. So that kind of reminded me of, I can't believe somebody sold their
They did.
I hope they're happy. I hope they're happy. I can see why you wouldn't want to argue about that, like have that in a conversation.
No, I never.
That's a Latin American thing.
Yeah. I think it's because like if it's a friend's party, then like he's like arrive at 8. Everybody will arrive at 10.
Yeah, like we all know it. Like it's like we're gonna say at an earlier time because we know we're gonna be late.
Exactly.
So if we say 8, it's gonna be 9.
It means 10.
And we all understand.
I think it is kind of disrespectful if you arrive like 8.
Exactly. Like they're respectful.
But if it's a business meeting, then you have to
Yeah, you have to be on time.
Yeah.
Like for me, happened whenever I did parties and I have friends that arrive on time. I was still preparing the party at that time. I was like, no, why are you here? No.
Honestly, I guess I run on Latin American time because I'm like, I've also had house parties where I'm like, come at 7, and somebody comes at 7, I'm like, but those people actually are like, every time I have a house party or some other kind of thing, it's never my Korean friends who are there at exactly the time. It's always the American, usually military friends. Yeah, they're always there like, and I'm like, the difference is Americans either will show up on time or they just won't show up at all. Like they will say, I'll show up, and then you will never see them. That does not feel good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why we always say party doesn't start until 11, you know? It's like, it's true, yeah.
In my country, that doesn't happen, usually. Really? We're always like on time.
Chile is not part of Latin America.
Yeah, I think Chile is not part of
Chile is different.
I really don't feel like part of the standard.
Oh my God, Chile.
Chile is a different country.
No, me too. We are also on time.
If I invited you to a cool party, would you be there on time?
Of course.
If it's Korea, yeah, but it has to be at least 30 minutes late.
Yeah, I will say like, do you need some help? Like
That's different though.
We have to let you know later when we go out.
say por favor.
Mostly, yeah, we can agree on it.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's not 100% true, I mean, 80% we can identify with it.
A lot of similarities.
Yeah, I mean, there is a reason there. It's a stereotype. I mean,
I also think like although like you're from the US and we're like from Latin countries, we could find some similarities and stuff. Like what you say about like being like late and stuff.
I low-key am starting to think that like my mom might have Latin American genes. I don't know where she's from, but yeah, so I think like, and she's late to everything too, so I think like that, there could be some things, you know, there. Then like also like family reunions with her, only her side is just like, I'm like, who? This person died today, I'm like, who? Sorry, my respects, but who? But yeah, I think there are like quite a few similarities, but to in all fairness, like America does have, it's all immigrants, unless you're, you know, Native American, which is not the largest population that there is. So thinking about it, like there is quite a bit, especially of Mexican population there, because it's right bordering. And I think because of that, everybody kind of has adopted each other's ideas. So I think that could also be why there's so many similarities. We're not that far.
Yeah, it's a whole continent.
today we share some interesting facts and some of the things that make us special as a Latin American people. And we also saw some things about America, and we saw that there were some common grounds.
If you like the video, please subscribe, give a like, and comment below.
See you next time.
Bye.